Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified Doctor of Naturopathy, Dr. Stephen Cabral, shares with you exactly how you can reverse aging, take back your health, and live a life full of energy and passion, with new 20-minute episodes every single day to keep you healthy and engaged. Now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here today, part 2 of our Cabral House Calls. Thanks so much for joining. If you want to follow along with today's questions, you can head on over to stephencabral.com/2739. stephencabral.com/2739. We answer all things wellness, weight loss, weight gain, anti-aging, longevity, healthy biohacking, and so much more. Love being able to share with you my opinion, my second opinion to what might be ailing you. I help to try to find the underlying root cause. That's what it's all about. And then use natural health, integrative-based modalities to go about healing the body. What I can't do, what you know I can't do, is provide you any medical advice, medical treatment plans, medical cures, or medical diagnosis. Only a licensed medical doctor could do that. All right, so let's get into today's show. I'm opening up the giant Word document that my team has put together for me. They do such an amazing job each and every week. And again, if you want to follow along, today's 2739. All right, let's see. First question coming in from Monika. Monika says, hi, I'm 43, diabetic, hemoglobin A1C of 6.3. Hemoglobin A1C of 6.3. How can I get rid of this situation? Every day I walk 10,000 steps, weight train 2 days a week, eating low carb, but failed. Please help me out. I'm from India. Thank you. Okay, happy to help. So we know that we want our hemoglobin A1C to be 5.7 at the very highest or less. That's the goal. Okay, so this person is most likely type 2 diabetic, not type 1 diabetic. I don't know. Again, I'm just surmising from 3 total sentences, you know? Okay, so they're walking 10,000 steps every day, which is amazing. Just a quick tip, try to do that after meals. Try to get your steps in after your meals. That will help with what's called your postprandial glucose spike. It won't allow your blood sugar typically to spike as high. Again, I'm not giving you any medical advice or medical treatment plans. The weight training is great, 2 to 3 times a week, amazing. Low carb, only in the beginning, because please do check out my previous podcast, because carbs do not cause diabetes. Processed food, yes. Hydrogenated fats and oils, yes, right? But not the whole food variety. There's no evidence to that whatsoever, like at all. And I have lots of podcasts on that. So what I recommend, and I don't believe that we ship anything to India right now, is you have to work with a good integrative health practitioner level 2 or naturopathic doctor that looks at the body from a metabolic disorder, a hormonal disorder, and actually looks at the cell membranes. It's so important. So one thing you can do is read my book, The Rain Barrel Effect. It teaches you the foundational principles of diet, exercise, stress reduction, toxin removal, rest, emotional balance, scientifically backed supplements, and a success mindset. Because remember, you can end up with high glucose because you're not sleeping enough. You can end up with high glucose because you have high levels of cortisol. You can end up with dysregulated metabolism because of low thyroid. So I don't know what's causing your diabetes, but I know that you can do certain tests. They can even be done right at home. And by running those, you'll find out what is causing your high blood sugar. Okay, so hopefully that's a good place to get started. Julia's up next. Hi, Stephen Cabral Team. My name is Julia. I'm 35 years old. I'm a woman living and working in Nairobi, Kenya. I'm kindly requesting that you respond to my message. In 2021, I was infected with and recovering from, let's just put, the virus. Soon after this, I was diagnosed with severe GERD. For those that don't understand what that means, is basically it's acid reflux. We'll just put it that way. Esophageal. So I think there was a connection. I have had 2 colonoscopies and 3 opinions with no success. All I get is the same prescription for Nexium or Pantocid. Currently only eating boiled food, no spices, in an attempt to stop the reflux and nausea. I spent all my money to get help. I'm not giving up, but I'm feeling like I'm running out of options. I'm only 35, and this disease has changed my life for the worse. I hate taking PPIs, but after a few days, it's the only form of relief. I beg you, kindly, please help me. Okay, well, I will do my best to help you without a doubt. So if we think of, let's take let's take the virus out of this. We know the virus can cause inflammation, and then inflammation could be then causing GERD. So what do we need to do? We need to rebalance the immune system. No doubt about that. Again, it's the whole de-stress protocol that I just explained for Monika. And again, you can get a copy of the book, The Rain Barrel Effect, I believe pretty much anywhere in the world through Amazon and other outlets. So, okay, let's step back a little bit. What else could be causing GERD and acid reflux? I have lots of podcasts on this. Could be H. pylori. It's one of the most common causes. Have your doctors tested for Helicobacter pylori, a bacterial infection that leads to stomach ulcers and GERD. Let's check for that. The second one is a hiatal hernia. It is a disformation, typically from some type of injury, to the lower base of the esophagus, called the lower esophageal sphincter, which then doesn't allow the LES, the lower esophageal sphincter, to close, which then allows the little bit of stomach acid or the acid that might be in the stomach to actually come up. Okay, there's one thing. You're already probably eating like very bland food, so that's probably not it. I would really start there. I really would, and then look at overall inflammation and stress to help rebalance those. That's where I would start, okay? And I have lots of free shows as well, free, completely free, at StephenCabral.com/podcast. Use the search box, type in acid reflux. And then another search, type in GERD. Lots of shows on this, okay? Because then I can also give you, at least temporarily, some supplements that could help. Even things just like cabbage juice, right? That can be really, really helpful. And then you can do things like what's inside of the Healthy Gut Support. I know we can't get it to you in Kenya, but you can look in your area for glucosamine, you can look for glutamine, for aloe vera, for slippery elm, for marshmallow root. Like, you might be able to find these things. Another one is, what's another great one? It's right at the tip of my tongue, right in the front of my frontal lobe of my brain. What is the name of it? It is, I know it's going to come to me during the show as well. It's not slippery elm. It is DGL. DGL could be another great one as well, taken before meals. Deglycerinated licorice root. Not licorice root, but DGL, deglycerinated licorice root. Okay. Hopefully that was helpful, Julia. Appreciate you. Totally understand the struggle. I was on PPIs as well when I was 17, 18 years old. I figured out my underlying root causes. I believe you can as well. Cheryl's up next. Hello, Dr. Cabral. Do you have a diabetic meal plan protocol similar to the CBO sensitive gut guide? Great question, Cheryl. We are not able to give out medical-based meal plans, all right? But inside of IHP and Fatlocity, you can get the meal plan that we recommend for healthy weight loss. That can sometimes coincide with what people may want to do for type 2 diabetes, but definitely not medical advice, definitely not a medical treatment plan. But you might want to look at those. Just saying. Okay. And so you can go to StephenCabral.com/Fatlocity. That's FATLOSSITY for more details. All right. Let's get into one or two more questions. Next one's from Jeffrey. Jeffrey says, hello, Dr. Cabral. I'm one of your IHP2 HPH students here. Hey, Jeffrey, I know exactly who you are. Appreciate you writing in. I recently learned about a sometimes fatal condition called Stevens-Johnson's syndrome, toxic epidermal necrolysis. SJS and 10. Yes, I've heard of SJS before. I don't have a lot of experience in this, but let's see what you wrote. And how those with a weakened immune system are at a higher risk, especially when introduced to new medications like sulfur, antibiotics, and others for seizures, gout, or mental illness. I searched your podcast to learn more and was surprised to find no results. So here to ask what you can share about the condition from a root cause and IHP perspective. Thanks. Okay. So one, it's more rare. All right. So, but I always happy to, like, again, if you bring it up, I'm talking about it here on the show. Two, I don't have a ton of experience with this, so that's another thing. But three, happy to talk about it now because I do understand it. So essentially, what SJS is how I understand it, again, not being an expert in this, it is a toxemia inside of the body that then essentially erupts through the skin and shows up as a skin-based condition. And that dis-ease of the body is actually fatal, I believe, in around 10% of the people. And that's a high number, right? That's 1 out of 10 people. That's a lot. However, it occurs usually when given a certain medication, like Jeffrey stated, a sulfur-based antibiotic. So for me, that's essentially the knowledge base I have of this, is the toxemia that's created as a reaction to medication. And the important thing, I think, is to be tested for sensitivities to these medications before one may take them. That's really my only offering here, because this is a conventional medicine-based prescription and a conventional medicine-based then outcome. And that, of course, is not what I specialize in. So, Jeffrey, sorry, I did my best. Hopefully that was helpful at least to get started. All right, let's do one more question. This one is from Darren. Darren says, good day, Dr. Cabral. Thank you for all you do. It's really appreciated. Thank you, Darren. I appreciate you being a part of this community. Two questions. Okay. When you say avoid eating fruit alongside meals, does that also apply to those that are technically fruit, but often considered a vegetable? For example, avocado, cucumber, tomatoes, peppers, etc. Okay, so let's answer your questions one at a time. The answer is no. So when you eat an avocado, it acts as a fat. It's essentially a monounsaturated fat, very much like olive oil, but not the same, but very much like it. Okay, when you eat tomatoes or cucumbers or peppers, tomatoes and cucumbers are nightshades, so those are a little bit different, but if you don't have an issue with nightshades, then we just classify them then as a vegetable, even though they are a fruit technically. Same with cucumber, right? What are we talking about? We're talking about like seeded-based veggies. But cucumbers, no problem at all, so I have no issues with those. All right, so basically, if you're going to eat fruit with a meal, eat it first. And I have a podcast on food layering. Allow it to digest, move through your stomach, rather than being fermented along with proteins, etc. All right, so that's easy. And if you're doing a smoothie, basically all bets are off. You pre-digested your food. It makes it easy to digest. I've never seen an issue with people in smoothies. I really haven't. The only time I've ever seen an issue is when sometimes people add leafy greens to smoothies. That can give them some digestive upset. And so they don't add leafy greens to smoothies, right? So easy enough. All right, number two. Question 2, does one still need to supplement with, let's say, magnesium if they're consuming a lot of pumpkin and chia seeds or bananas and veggies daily? Same with vitamin C if I eat a lot of fruit. Thank you. Well, to be honest with you, it's really impossible for me to say, right? This is all based on bioindividuality. Let's say that you're someone taking a lot of calcium. Well, then you need enough magnesium to offset that. Let's say you're someone that has a lot of stress, okay? Then you need more magnesium. Let's say that you're someone who has a lot of inflammation, they're dealing with a lot of immune issues. Well, you need a lot more vitamin C, and you may not be able to get it all through food alone. So I'm not the one to say if you need more or not. If your body needs more than the whole food you are providing, then you may need a little bit more. Here's what I do. Very simple, very straightforward, because how much you need changes on a daily basis, believe it or not, because your body's needs change on a daily basis. If you work out harder, you may need more natural antioxidants, right? Like if you're more stressed, you may need more magnesium that day. I eat a good quality, predominantly plant-based, whole food diet with 7 to 10 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. That's what I do. My fruit is in my smoothie, and my veggies are at my meals, right? Okay, keep it really simple. And then I do the daily nutritional support every single day. It gives me all my vitamins and minerals. Then I do the daily fruit and vegetable blend powder, which gives me even more fruits and veggies, 22 organic fruits, vegetables, and superfoods, because it's a really wide variety. I take a daily probiotic. I take in a daily omega-3, because every day I don't eat fish. And I want my omega-3s, and it's just 2 grams, and I use a high EPA. Okay, and then every day, I do balance zinc, I do vitamin D, I do vitamin C. Those are my fail-safe that I do every single day, no matter what. Now, most days, I do take magnesium at dinner. And most nights, I do take some liquid magnesium, like there's a liquid melatonin, there's some other things I use. So every day, I do what I call a foundational protocol. You can find that at stephencabral.com/shop. You can actually find it at stephencabral.com/DFP. I believe that's what it is. stephencabral.com/DFP. That's what I do every day. And then I add the immunity protocol on top of it. So I don't want to worry, nor is it possible for me to know the exact nutrients my body needs every day. So I flood it with a ton of whole food nutrients, brightly colored fruits and vegetables every day. And then I give it not a mega dose of nutritional supplements, but a good foundational dose to be able to help my body to rebuild and rejuvenate on a daily basis. So that's what I do. That's the best advice I can give you. Of course, it's not medical advice. Hopefully this was helpful. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning into the show. I thank you. I appreciate you. All of your subscribes, all your reviews of the show mean the world to me. If you haven't done it yet, if you could, I would appreciate it. And stay tuned tomorrow. I'll be back with a brand new week of the Cabral Concept, starting off with our Mindset and Motivation Monday. Don't miss it. Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my Health Results Accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to stephencabral.com/courses.